like Adrian Bales has moved into second place now there. And that, for me, looks as though there's been a conversation beforehand there, because Finn Brodie dropped back a metre or so, let a gap open, and Adrian Bales has slotted in there. So I think a couple of these have got their heads together beforehand and said, look, lads, it's a windy day. How about we work together, we'll grind it out together, and we'll get the clock down. That looks to me to be exactly what they are doing here.
Yeah, and just going through the line now, and they actually did a 67 400 split there, so they're bang on pace. But can you see that gap now on Finn Brodie, the Morpeth Harrier? And then we have, of course, Sam Charlton. Wallsend Harriers is just sitting on Finn Brodie's shoulder there, but it does look like there is a bit of a gap now. Adrian Bales seems to have kicked on and really letting the rest of the pack behind.
Yeah, it looks like back onto the second pack there. It looks like the North Shields polyathlete Daniel Watson in there as well. We can pick out his vest. There's another one, the Gateshead Harry is there. I believe that's Matthew Lindsley, one of the senior men there. So we can see this field is rather strung out now, and those athletes in that second pack, they are going to be exposed, and it's going to be hard work for them there.
So to go.
Yeah, it looked like a lap to go, and there's Adrian Bales.
Okay, now we're back with the coverage. Thank you so much for bearing with us if you are tuned in. But what we can see now is Adrian Bales, Bertley Harriers has now hit the front. Cal Johnson has done a brilliant job of pacemaking, and he is kicking on strong.
Yes, he is down the back straight now with 250 metres to go. Adrian Bales looks well clear here from the rest of the field. I think we've seen his split at the 400 metres to go, and it was around about 7:11 there. So he's in the region for a sub 8:20 performance. We can see him now. He's had it all his own way, but he's worked really hard for this. He got on the pacemaker early doors, and he's never really let Callum Johnson out of his sight until he dropped aside. So 100 metres to go now. Adrian Bales striking for home, hitting that home straight. Fantastic style on him here. The knees are going. He's up on the toes all the way through to line. This is a fantastic performance from Adrian Bales to kick things off in our Top Flight BMC series in the 3,000 metre air race. Adrian Bales takes the win there. We will get the time for you as soon as we can.
And that is Sam Charlton. Sam Charlton from Wallsend Harriers back with a bang. Second place. Third place, that is Finn Brodie. And we will try and get through with it coming through thick and fast now.
It looks like this 800 metres is well underway now. Our pacemaker's off there. And as I said, we were going for the 57-58 split through 400 metres. So it looks like Alfie Cook in second place there. We'll bring you as much information as we can about that split at 400 metres now. We can see the athletes strewing down into this 400 metre mark. So they're going to take the bell here. Really quick race, the 800 metres. It's a short distance. You've got to get your tactics right from the off, haven't you, Stacey? It's essential.
Yeah, they are a little bit slow on that as well. They were asking for a 57, but they just went through in 58. So Ben Schofield needs to get his scoot on and pick up the pace a little bit.
He does indeed. It's Will Bryce in second place there, who hits the back straight with about 300 metres to go. Now, Will Bryce looks pretty strong here. He's the Tynedale Harriers athlete, under 20. He does have a PB of 1:59. So going through in 58 seconds, that would have suited him. Now, there's a few other athletes in this field that you would expect to be taking a little bit closer order on Will Bryce here, as we come round with about 200 metres to go now. Will Bryce looks strong. He looks as though he's got probably a couple of metres on the rest of the athletes in that field there, but it's all Will Bryce at the moment with about 120 metres to go. He's hitting home straight now. This is where the lactic acid really starts to kick in, and Will Bryce has gone up a notch here. You can see he's on his toes. It's Alfie Cook in second place, so the Gateshead Harry is having a fantastic run here. It's a real battle here, but it looks like Will Bryce is going to take the 800 metre B race. Alfie Cook in second place there. Fantastic run for him at 1:59.45, so just under the 2-minute barrier. But also for Will Bryce, that's a PB. That's a half a second PB. And I think for Alfie Cook, who was previously 2:02, fingers crossed he's just nicked under that 2-minute mark.
Ben Schofield is being set a pace of 53 through to 400 metres.
Yeah, so it looks like it's Rafferty Murphin who's in tight behind the pacemaker there, which he's one that we did pick out as being one of the strong athletes that we've got today. He's, picked up medals at the UK and English schools champs. He's just outside of his 400-metre PB in early April. I'd seen he clocked a 50.1, so he's sharp as Rafferty Murphy at this stage as they're heading the back straight now.
And what I'm really liking is the fact that number 7 babe, we've got Zach Brennan from No Shields Poly. He is sitting on there. I really like the position that he's sat in here. He's being wise. He's tucking in. He's shielding from that win, but we've still got the athlete, babe, 45. Rafferty Merlin has hit the front, and he's not really given it to anybody else. He's gone out there with confidence as they come into the 100 metres to go. And we've got Zach Brannan, No Shields Poly, up on the shoulder. He is kicking on strong for second, but it does look like he's not going to catch the athlete. Rafferty Mervyn looks like he's got the win for this race, and in fact he does. That is fantastic running from the No Shields Poly athlete, who has made great strides in his various PBs this year. So you do see it, especially with juniors, that tactical awareness and the positioning on the track. You place yourself in the second lane, you're running a lot further, and those laps, 7 laps, that distance really starts to bank up. I think if you are in the second lane or even on the outskirts of the first lane, you're running an extra 7 meters per lap. So it's something that maybe, athletes, especially younger athletes, it takes a little bit of learning. Obviously, you need to have that tactical awareness around you, and the position of the track is absolutely key, but 7 laps is a long way to run it in lane 2.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good point, that, Stacey. And I think, obviously, generally about what you're saying about running wide in the lane there, it looks like it's bib number 61, which is Ewan Wilkinson, the Keeley and Craven athlete. It's his 3,000 metre debut tonight as well. So maybe as the race pans out, he might regret his lane position. But that's back to our third pack there. So that looks like our pacemaker Hutchinson on the front there. We've got bib number 63 there.
Karen Jan from Belgrave Harriers. So she does have a PB of 10:07, but a season's best of 10:13. So I wonder if she can just claw those few seconds back and get down to a PB.
Out a shot, and it's just making it as hard as possible to see the back of that baby. You must know what we're saying in the studio, but we'll let you know who that athlete is in third place as soon as we can. Come on, show us that bib number. It looks like number 19 there, so I'm going to say that's Charlie Daly from Tynedale, the under-23 athlete as well. So Charlie Daly, he's got a 9:16 PB, but that was from back in 2019. So he hasn't raced many 3,000 since then.
No, I do have high hopes for Wilkinson in this race as well. So he has had a bit of a strong cross-country season, and looking through some of his past performances over the past few months there, he has been closer to those athletes which are performing at around about 8:30 pace. So he's had a strong cross-country season, and off the back of that, he's hoping to bring his PB down over this distance. In fact, I don't think he has raced over 3,000 metres. Just checking here on our data sheet. So there's an opener for him.
Yeah, Arthur DeLulo as well, who's slotted in now behind George Lowry. It's also a debut 3K for him as well. So there's a few debutants over the 3K distance. Looks like our pacemaker. Is he going to step aside and let Arthur take the work on? So Arthur's he's a young athlete. He's an under-17 Tynedale athlete. Again, he's had some good cross-country performances. I think he was top 50. Well, he was top 50 in the English schools cross-country. So that's a good standard to be at there. We can see as he goes through on the inside there, passes one of the Morpeth Harrier vests there. Yeah,
so that was Holly Lawrence from Morpeth Harriers, and I must say that is fantastic sportsmanship there for her to step aside right out in far side of lane 2 to let the male athletes go through there. That's really good sportsmanship of her.
So if my calculations are right, I feel like we could be seeing a sub 9-minute performance from him. He's looking good. He's looking strong.
Do you know what? He's looking very relaxed as well. He's just taking a little glance down at his feet. And normally if you're going max and really pushing it up to 95%, 100%, you have no time to look at your feet. You're concentrated on what's in front of you. So he is just passing that steeplechase barrier. 120 metres to go there. He's passing another athlete there on the bend, and he's into the home straight. So here we are, our winner of the 3,000 metre race, the second one of the evening. He is closing with 10 metres to go, and fantastic performance.
And we can see the North Shields polyvest there in second place with the Gateshead Harrier, which I believe is Lauren Creeby. So she's up on the shoulders early doors, and it's number 27.
So it's Joseph Lodge, 37. North Shields poly with the female athlete there from Gateshead Harriers, Lauren Creeby. Fantastic to see her go out hard and try and hold on and sit on the shoulder of the North Shields poly athlete. But they're going through there. Got one lap to go. They've probably gone through there in about 66 seconds.
Yeah, so for Lauren, that's not a bad thing because she's just off the back now. Now, what Lauren's got to really try and do here is keep Joseph Lodge in sight. Not necessarily pull on him, but use him just as a psychological target that there's a body there, and that's going to take out a couple of 100 metres in this race. But it's Joseph Lodge on the front there. They went through in 66 seconds. I believe the pace was meant to be 63. However, things might have changed on the day with the athlete and what they've asked for. So the pacemaker through in 66 seconds, so he was bang on. Joseph Lodge was directly behind him, and it was Lauren Creeby who was there also. Now we can see the athlete, Joseph, he's working hard into that wind as he goes past that water jump. You know at that point you've got 150 metres to go. So Joseph Lodge, he's really grafting this out now. 100 metres to go. He looks well and clear. Now it's all going to be eyes on second place as well. Joseph Lodge is marching an absolute storm down this last 60 metres here. So Lodge is going to take this one. A real solid run from him there. We'll see if we can get our eyes on the clock across the line. It looks like 2:12, so even pace running from him there. So I would say Lauren Creeby looked as though she was probably across the line in maybe about 3 seconds around. And so we can see the athletes underway there. Adrian Bales on the front, churning out his pacemaking duties. Another race for him tonight. Plenty of energy to take his wheelbarrow of cash down to the bank tomorrow morning, hopefully. But we can see the border athlete. It looks like a border vest, possibly. I might be wrong there, though. But it looks like 41 Sam Mason. It's Durham. It's the Durham
City.
So
we've got
similar.
Sam
Mason.
Mason.
So Sam Mason on the front there. So through 400 metres there. Number 50, bib number William Parker, the Trafford AC athlete on the back there. So these two, they're a little bit off Adrian Bills. You can see the pacemaker, Adrian, looking behind there, sort of thinking, where you guys at? Get on the back of me. As we head down the back straight here, but we could have a bit of a race unfolding on our hands here, Stacey.
Yeah, absolutely. We are way off the pacemaker, Adrian, there, and he has checked back a few times and said, "Where are you guys? Why aren't you hitting with me on my shoulder?" But we do have a huge race got underway as we see the athlete from Trafford AC, William Parker, was up on the Durham AC athlete and just kicks for the win as he comes into the 100 metres. He's got 80 metres to go. He's left behind the Durham AC athlete, completely sat and kicked, as we talked about those tactics, in for the win. That's fantastic performance there from William Parker. Trafford, under 23, has a PB of 2:01, so he is a couple of seconds out there with the 2:03. The clock's just stopped there.
We can see the athlete's toes on the line there. And they're off. Like I said, first 100 metres in lanes. They break on the back straight. Our 800-metre E-race. Our last event of the evening for our top flight coverage of the 800 metres and 3K event down at Gateshead International Stadium.
And they have been asked to go through in 65 through 400. So we'll see how close we can get for that. It is Andrew Brown who's on pacemaking duties. And once again, Adrian Bales is on pacemaking duties. And he will be placed in the second group because we have such a wide range of athletes here in the race that we've got 2 pacemakers, and that is Noah Penfold from North Shields Poly, who has taken it on. He's gone straight to the front there, not scared at all. It is
Dominic Kelso looks to be sat on his shoulder in second place. Look at the height difference in them 2 athletes there. You see that a lot with the age ranges. There's so much development goes on there, so we can see 2 sort of contrasting figures there as they come through the 400 metre mark, and they've hit bang on 65. You can see for you guys that are watching at home on our stream now that we have actually got our clock on the go, so we got it right for our last race of this evening. But fantastic pacemaking, and it is the youngster Noah Penfold from North Shields and Poly that is taking a mature stance on this race and hitting the front and making the rest of the field work.
This is impressive running from Noah, but I do have a feeling that the athlete positioned in second place, the Elzic athlete there, is it Dom Kelso? He is in a fantastic position there on Noah's shoulder, and he's got to be wise to that athlete behind him. If it was me, I would be sitting on Noah's shoulder, but it seems that he is strong.
Penfold's kicked here, Stacey. He's kicked, and he's put a metre in him already. And I tell you what, this looks to me, the form that this youngster is shown here, he's got fantastic running set up there, and he looks to be powering away. Now, keep your eyes on the clock for this youngster. This is Noah Penfold. This is our under 13 boy with a PB of 2:13. He's going to smash this. A fantastic win. 2:13, 2:12, around about there.
2:13.8 it looks like.
It's a PB.
That is a PB.
Just
and
under a
Noah's
10.
competition from gun to tape, he took that on. He never once showed any sign of weakness at all. There was one point where the Elzic Harrier athlete was on his shoulder, and I thought, is he got it? It was on the back straight, and I thought, is this athlete now going to move round?